because it was like I was too invested now. It's like pretending that I knew what the fuck was going on. So it's like I can't leave in the middle of the game.
Okay, now we're live.
Football
okay,
people,
I figured it out. I got it.
Oh, yeah. Football people, I don't know why they think you totally know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
You do not. And
there's a weird assumption that there's a weird assumption that everybody knows like football like in depth, you know.
Yeah, like I can talk baseball.
Guy.
I don't mind talking baseball. I bet
you they play baseball there. It is a sports bar, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I don't know shit about NFL. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, are we live? I need to.
Yeah, we're live.
I need to get.
Yeah, so I'm just checking my audio levels. I might be very quiet.
You sound fine to me.
Oh, okay. I'm like actually pretty good. Okay.
I think it's just Daryl's deaf ass that can't hear you.
He's coming. He's coming. He told me like 2 mins. He said, "Sorry, 2 mins." It's perfect because it gives me plenty of time to change the title because I always forget that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I need to change the title to.
Dude, I'm doing it, bro.
Here, I need to like really step up my color game here.
Oh, I don't even have my lights on. What the fuck am I doing?
Come on, Damon.
Dude, it's been
Oh yeah, what are you doing, man?
I don't know. It's also the camera's also higher because I have I got like this new monitor stand.
Your stream game lacking.
Hold on.
Says the guy who's
there we go.
Got MacBooks propped up on regular books.
There we go. Mandy, baby.
Hey. Oh wow, you are
get your stream game in order, man.
Serious.
While I have the New American Bible, aka the Catholic Bible.
Actually, I'm gonna go grab my own. I'll be right back.
You're putting your Mac on the Lord, Jeremy.
This is the Catholic Bible. It doesn't count.
All right, we are live. I just want to let you know.
That's right. Shots are fired.
Yeah. Take that, Catholic.
A few extra books that don't need to be in there, man.
It's true. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of problems with that. Check it out, Mormons.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. Loading in. Hello?
Can you hear us? No.
There we go. Okay. We're good.
There it is.
There we go.
I had a mishap in the shower.
What?
Oh, no.
Great.
Is that what you call it?
You didn't fall on that butter container, did you?
Shampoo bottle. Straight up the old wazoo.
Nice.
So.
Is Brent not joining us?
No, he's getting ready to go to his Arkansas trip. So he's doing a bunch of like
going to Arkansas.
Packing and stuff.
Brett's another one of those millennials.
Well,
he is one of them.
Actually, no. Brent chose not to go camping with me to go see Lord Huron.
Oh, so he's more millennial.
What does that mean?
What's Lord Huron?
Well, I don't know. I mean, guess it depends on your definition of millennials. Lord Huron is a band.
Oh,
okay, definitely.
I bet I couldn't hear in them. I don't know.
You okay over there?
Shower incident.
Wow, it really affected you.
Shampoo bottles are deadly.
Yeah. We are live, by the way. You are jumping in a live podcast.
Oh.
Yes, that is true. Hello, world.
I think I was telling you about this. That Shiner Salt and Lime.
Oh, yeah?
Beer's fantastic. Yeah, it's great.
So it's probably gross.
You're going to hate it.
Going platinum.
But platinum,
yeah,
I like those.
No lime, no
Nectar of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the Walgreens today and they don't have them anymore. Just like that.
What?
Like that. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Wait, Bud Light Platinum?
Those bastards.
Yeah, I went there last week and they had them for $10.99 for a 12er.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which you can't get anywhere. And then I went back today and you could see the little tag, but they stocked of all kind of other horse shit. So I had to.
They don't have none of
They're
that shit
offloading
here.
them.
There's no Bud Light Platinums up here.
Huh.
At all.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty
shit is
white trash.
that?
when y'all get to Austin, you'll see how good the beer is over here. So you won't
Yeah, the
be
beer in
worrying
Austin is actually pretty good.
You won't be worrying about Bud Light Platinum.
Well, you don't have any Alamo.
I'm sorry, Jeremy.
We've
We'll
got
get right
Lone
on that.
Star.
Daryl, I was saying that the Alamo beer from King of the Hill doesn't actually exist. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't even know there was a beer in King of the Hill called Alamo. So
that's the one, in the yep.
They're always.
Is that what they're drinking all the time? I never paid attention.
Alamo. Yeah, it's like
I never paid attention.
It's like Duff, but Duff, Danny pointed out, is real. They actually have Duff.
I think they made it.
You can only get it
after.
at you can only get it at Disneyland, I think. Or not Disneyland.
No.
Where's the
Universal?
Universal.
Disneyland.
If you go on the Small World ride,
you can't even buy alcohol in Disneyland. You have to do it at California Adventure.
Yeah.
I was reading a really interesting statistic about but just like information about Disneyland, where the reason like Disneyland prices have increased from $40 to $164 in the last 8 years, and it has had an opposite impact on like crowd in Disneyland. Like the crowds at Disneyland are still increasing in size no matter how high they make ticket prices. They like don't know what to do about it.
I mean, you could limit entry to the park.
That caused serious backlash that harmed the brand, and you don't harm the brand with Disney, so
it's true. Can't harm
They're
the
all
brand.
about that brand.
Yeah, there's like
fucking commies.
There's like demands from like suburban moms that are like, don't let foreigners into the parks, and like all this. Like it's like a whole thing. It's crazy, man.
Oh, great. God damn these moms.
Well, you think it's because the people. So now that tickets are so expensive, more people buy the annual pass because they're like, well, shit. If I'm paying this much to go once, might as well get the pass. And so then there's more people in the park because more people get the annual pass. Because the cost of going once is so high.
It is extremely high. And then I think you can get the annual pass on a monthly
yeah, I think
yes, you
and
can.
it's like $90 as opposed to like $160 day pass.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You just need to go to Disneyland, once
What
a
the
month,
fuck
at
you?
least.
What do you eat? Eyeballs?
No, they're green olives.
Oh,
what? Why are you?
They're just here, man.
olives.
Don't question my olives.
That's not an answer.
Man eat his olives, man.
That is, they're just here is never an answer. It's your
That's
house.
a good answer. Speaking of
He's
which,
just
I have
got
gummy.
olives.
Fuck, I have gummy
Snacking
worms.
on them?
I could be snacking on. So I wonder if Jeremy was watching that scene at the end of Mandy when that guy's getting his head squeezed and his eyes popped out, and he's like, I could go for some olives right now because what we watched this week was Mandy. There's a segue for you. Hey everybody, welcome to the We Like This podcast. I am Danon Waters. Wait, how do I do this again? I'm joined by myself, Danon Waters, Ben Nickerson, Doug Waters, Danny Waters, Daryl Waters, and Jeremy Dallas. Y'all are fucking drowning over here, okay? There's so much water around.
Oh, I get it.
I had a better joke, but I forgot it.
And the way my screen is laid out, Jeremy and it's a water sandwich because Jeremy and Ben are in the middle, and Doug's up on the left. I'm on the top right. Danny's on the bottom right. Danny's on the bottom left.
Ben, what kind of feeling do you think we are? Are we meat? Is it an Oreo or is it a sandwich?
What a question.
I think
That's
that we
mayonnaise.
are. I think we're like ice, because we're surrounded by water.
No,
it's a sandwich.
All right.
Yeah, well, what do you put in water,
Ice
Doug?
sandwich.
You
Yeah, Doug.
fuck stick.
What do you put in sandwiches?
Water.
Not ice.
Yeah. What do you have on the side? It makes sense.
Not
to me.
ice.
But yeah, anyway, so we watched Mandy this week. Dad, you recommended this one because you saw it with Danny, right?
Yeah, Danny had been trying to get me to watch it for a while, and when I first moved in with him, we sat down and watched it, and I loved it. Say right off the top, I love this movie. So it caught me off guard.
Yeah,
What's
the
that, Dan?
purples were amazing in it. They
Purples are
shot most of it
amazing.
with purple.
Mm-hmm.
The purple color?
Yeah, so you didn't even notice. You know, it felt like an A24 film to me.
Oh, it totally did. It
Right?
definitely did.
It totally felt like an A24 movie.
It was very
And it's not-
bouncy.
That's what I liked about it. It's not, the story's not original, right? but they did it in an original way, and I appreciate that because all movies these days are remakes or blah blah blah, and even though this was an original story, it's your typical wife gets murdered, kills everybody story. It's a good story. They did it in a weird, they did it in a weird, different, artsy way.
But I liked how they put her in a bag and then burned her alive.
Yeah, that was
I haven't seen that in a while.
Well, this is what I learned from this movie. Never laugh at a man's dick because they will put you in a sleeping bag and set fire to you.
Yep.
I think that was the best part of the movie, honestly, was her laughing at him.
Dick laughing?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she was particularly laughing at his. Defiance. She was laughing at his music, right? Wasn't she? She's like, "You made this?"
Oh, she was laughing at music.
He was playing his record.
Yeah, he had that.
I mean, his wiener was out, yes, but she was laughing specifically at his music. She was very clearly like going for the jugular for his creativity, not just his schlong.
What's worse to get laughed at, your dick or your music? I don't know.
Definitely your music.
Well,
I mean,
I laughed at his dick.
He's laughing at your dick while you're playing her your music.
Imagine, this poor bastard's laying his heart out there, right?
Well, she probably was laughing at his Batman's dad.
Yeah, well, I think he was trying to lay his heart
dick out.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever, when you were watching The Dark Knight, did you ever think you would see Thomas Wayne's dick? Probably not.
No.
Now you have.
No.
I guess I didn't think that.
I didn't think I ever needed to.
It wasn't on my list, but I did check it off.
Bucket list.
Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Was that actually his wiener, or was that just like, you know how sometimes they like replace the wiener digitally?
Well, if you're gonna go prosthesis, man, I want like a knee knocker. You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
I was gonna say, if they were
I want a sock tucker.
Well,
I mean, make me pendulous, you know?
I wonder about our boy Panos, right? Like, do you think that he was on set and he fucking opens the robe and Panos is just like, you know, in my vision, I really I saw this being uncircumcised. So we're going to have to get the prop department in on here. You know,
I don't think it was a prop. I don't think it was a stunt dick.
The only VFX shot
or a prop dick.
There was no Boogie Nights.
Yeah, that's true.
Was Boogie Nights that was fake? That was an actual Marky Mark.
Yeah, that was a big rubber dick. Well, like I read somewhere like in Game of Thrones, Hodor's dick was digital dick.
When do we see Hodor?
Well, it's like part of the story that he has a giant schlong. So
yeah.
When did they show?
Well, in my dreams. No.
What kind of show is this?
Yeah, is this for kids?
I remember.
Remember, Ash is like,
but I don't remember why.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's got giant's blood or whatever she says, and he comes out. Enter into Godswood, and Bran, he says, "Hey, go find your clothes, Hodor." Guess it's really just stuck with me. I don't know what to tell you.
Alrighty.
But I was reading all the stuff they digitized, and that's one thing they brought up. They digitized. It was digital dick. So.
Yeah.
But the dragons are real.
Yeah, dragons are real.
Oh, and what's her name? Lena from who she plays the Lena Headey. What's her name?
Lena Headey. Yeah, that was all body double.
That's a body double.
Digital
that was
dick.
Insane.
Yeah.
I
bait and
had
switch.
No idea, and I read that after I watched Game of Thrones. That shame scene was a body double.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The head replacement looked fantastic. Couldn't even tell.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought they just like walked her through the streets and threw a bunch of shit at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
That was just their head walk through the streets.
Well, that's Game of Thrones went on a weird path with that stuff because like the first season they were just like, this is going to be all dicks and boobs and death. And like, that's literally all the first season was basically. And then as the show went on, like they slowly phased all that stuff out. And it was like,
well, because everyone started getting renegotiated paychecks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So
Emilia
they were
Clarke was like,
had no problem getting naked when they were poor. Yeah.
I know. I remember Emilia
Me too.
Clarke's was particularly like specific. Like, I don't want to be naked on screen anymore.
Like, why? You've already been naked like 100 times. The whole first season is you naked, but now she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But like I said, now she can. Now she's got money. She can say, "Hey, I'm not doing that." And they're like, all right.
And they.
I mean, she doesn't need to get naked, man. Those eyebrows do it for me.
That's what does
somebody
it.
farting. There was somebody farting in the background. That was a motorcycle. Never mind. Someone was like really leaning into a wooden chair.
It is. I am home.
What's the leather?
It's loud as fuck.
Oh, sure.
But
So I love so back to Mandy.
Ow.
I love you're right. Good thing you work for a
Knocking my teeth out.
dentist.
Mhm.
Good thing you work for a dentist.
It's okay. You're in Texas.
I loved Nicolas Cage's portrayal of himself was pretty amazing in this film.
There's
Yeah,
there's a
he
scene
was-
where he goes full Nicolas Cage, and it's when he's like, it's the "you rip my shirt" scene.
Oh yeah,
Like-
you ripped my shirt.
You ripped my shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You rip my shirt.
And I was like, there
Like,
it is.
It was
Yeah.
so Nicholas. It was like it was
There he is.
exactly the same as in freaking Wicker Man, where he's like, "How do you burn? How do you burn?
Oh.
How do you burn?"
Yeah.
It was the exact same scene. I was like, "Oh yeah, Nicolas Cage." Hey,
Well, Nicolas Cage is good at being Nicolas Cage. So, Ben, you kind of looked like the color of the movie actually. With
Yeah,
lighting.
did you do
that
that
was
on purpose?
intentional. Yeah,
Did that intentional? That's
Yeah.
what happens when you're in the shower.
I know. I just want to like, what's the scene where he's like, "And now I'm trying to convert you to the cult." You know, he's got his big ass eyes, and they superimpose Mandy's face over his, like at some point in that whole scene, which was really creepy and weird looking.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand what I was looking at first, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then like, I was like, "Oh, it's."
Yeah. Well,
I
I'll
like
tell
how-
you, that is what I said probably for the first half of the movie. Like, what the fuck is this?
It was
Mhm.
interesting
Why am I
how
Oh, I
watching
was
it?
saying that the entire time.
it took a long time to
And-
get to the movie. I thought
Yeah.
it took
I
The
just-
2.5 hour.
I
film.
understand.
yeah.
Yeah, it did. It took a solid hour, and I understand that it's a plot that doesn't need, you know,
Slow burn.
a lot of extra stuff.
Slow
but
burn.
Yeah.
I'm slow burn. Jeez, it's like fucking molasses.
It's like watching a candle melt.
But the molasses was on fire, Jeremy. So
Yeah.
Artsy.
Artsy molasses. Yeah. God, you know, and I don't like that kind of stuff anyway. So an hour of it was tough. You know,
really,
And-
Yeah, this is definitely a movie.
and I
that
like
should have
the
been about-
movie.
this should have been about 88 minutes max.
Yeah, 88 minutes would have been great. You know, I feel like they
Is-
still communicated with
And I mean, this thing's what, like over 100?
it's
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 just
2
over 2
hours.
hours.
2 hours.
Oh,
It's
shit.
2 hours and 34 minutes long.
And it's an hour of plot.
And which is an hour too many.
Plot, yeah.
well,
I'll come out swinging. I'll
respectfully-
say that I was not a fan of this movie.
I respectfully disagree that you're all wrong.
All right, fair enough.
I did not feel long to me at all, as long as it was. So
It didn't
Really?
feel long to you? It
Yeah.
felt long. I mean, I appreciated
Once he got kicked into
what they
gear,
were
it didn't
doing,
feel long anymore.
but
Yeah.
it felt long. Like no, even Nicolas Cage murdering people for 30 minutes. I was like,
Okay,
okay.
basically, what they should have done with this movie is called it Nick, cut out everything else, and just had Nick Cage going, "Ugh!"
I would have been fine with that too.
forge himself a battle axe and just run around killing people.
I mean, it
That
That
was
would've been
so
fantastic.
cool.
I would have
Yeah,
given
he
this
finally
movie
got
a
there.
10.
like
But,
I think
mean,
that's actually
there were other people that just ruined it, including the namesake Mandy.
You didn't like
Mm.
this.
It's like,
Hot take.
I didn't have much of a problem with Mandy. I thought she was fine.
Nothing.
I just felt like there was too much.
just reading. That'll be $5. That's her entire
Mhm.
spoken words in the entire movie. It's just
Oh
like,
yeah, I think when they, yeah, I mean, if as soon as they said fired her, I would call it even, right? Well, you
She
know.
got hit in the head. Long time
is she
ago.
really? Yeah, is she really worth going and killing? Half a cult for? I think then it was just he was bored and needed something to do.
Well, clearly he's done this before because he like goes to his buddy's house to go get his killing shit.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
yeah.
I want to talk about that scene really quickly. So there's he goes and gets the killing shit, the Reaper, as it's called.
Mhm.
And he walks in and he goes and gets the Reaper, and then he turns around and he's getting ready to leave, and then his buddy's like, "I think I got something you like," and he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, it's up in the cabinet, and he pulls out the ammunition to the Reaper. What was he gonna do without it, dude? I was like,
and he
what
only
is going
got
on?
he only got like
Yeah.
2 bolts.
Yeah, he only got 2
What's he
bolts.
gonna
do
He
with
used
that?
Those 2 bolts, I will say.
Is
But
that
it's like
Mac?
walking into like it's like walking into a gun
Yes,
shop
it's
and then
Mac.
buying a gun and then
Yeah.
leaving without ammo, and the guy's like, "I got
Then
something."
I
that
got
one
something
guy's
you like.
brother
It's
uses the
something.
Macarena of time to call up the Christmas brothers or whatever they are. That
Yeah.
one dude looked like a Christmas tree
I
from Charlie Brown's Christmas. And
like
then,
I loved all this shit. I loved the weird the weird fucking thing with the stinger. The weird big ass hornet thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
love
thought
that
was
he
actually
calls
pretty cool.
the motorcycle Cenobites. So they did this movie right, and it's not gonna work for everybody. Like it didn't work for everybody here, right? They did this movie right where you unapologetically just fucking do it and plow through and don't care if anyone gets it or not, kind of thing. Don't explain who the Cenobites are. Don't explain this. Don't explain that. You just do it. And I think that's the best way to do a movie like this. And that's why I liked about it.
Yeah,
is,
but if they had done that, the
that
movie would be 88 minutes. It wouldn't be 2.5 hours. Like there's
they had to let it breathe, man.
let it breathe.
Yeah.
They did let it breathe. It took 30 minutes for Nicolas Cage to kill 5 people.
Yeah.
That's letting it breathe. That part is fine. Nicolas Cage literally stares at the camera.
Late 70s, early movies, late 70s, early 80s movies that did this exact same thing.
It's true.
It's
Yeah,
no
but-
different. It's the
Yeah,
look.
but they
The
didn't
look
know
of
what
it
they were doing.
is everything. I mean, if you look at Hills Have Eyes 2, Hills Have Eyes, there's a number of films that are exactly like this.
Oh, exactly like this.
Exactly.
They are.
Exactly.
And so it's. I like Nicolas Cage, and I liked him forging a battle axe, and if they had cut the movie down to just that, I would have been on board. But everything else was just nonsense.
I wanted more of the slow.
Really? See, I
wanted it to
started
be
watching
slower.
this, and then during the slow parts, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm missing much. So I actually went and made food. So and then
And he had
watched-
enough
Joe
time
would
to
make
cook
this-
all of his dinner before Nicolas
Everything.
Cage even had to kill anybody.
I know.
I would
man.
I would tune out and then I would tune back in and I would just hear her whisper. And by the way, everyone is fucking whispering in the first half of this movie.
Yeah.
The last half, everyone's yelling. The first half, evereverone is like
Mhm.
just whispering.
That's when it
We
gets
call-
fun, man.
And she's
We call that quiet, loud,
Yeah.
quiet, Jeremy.
I like
Okay.
Galactus.
Who calls that?
Nobody. I'm just making shit
I
up.
do love that scene
The
though
biz.
when the cult guys are passing Mandy in the van, and she's walking, and then it pans, and then it's the guy.
Yeah.
And then it pans again, and it like zooms in again, and it's out of focus, and I'm like, that's what they could have cut down on. I was a little overwhelmed with all that. I will say, as soon as the movie kicked off, I was in.
Yeah.
Because it was
Mhm.
over
Once-
the top, and it was just like, go. I love that the biker dudes had like weird distorted alien voices. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
All they
Make
did
no
was
They were
explanation
awesome.
for him. Yeah.
Also, what was that? I assume it was LSD that he was drinking out of that jar. That was disgusting.
Well, LSD doesn't quite hit you that fast. I have no idea what the hell he was.
I actually was curious. I looked at some people online said it was concentrated LSD. That's what they said.
Concentrated
Was it
LSD.
taking a test?
I don't know. It's
Not concentrating.
concentrating LSD. I'm trying steady.
Yeah, the weird thing is like the whole. So the movie, I think, yeah, it probably took itself a little too seriously in the beginning, which I think is like the problem. Is like it's just a ridiculous, over the top like revenge film with like a really silly kind of universe. Like you got chainsaw fights and you've got like Nicolas Cage wielding a battle axe. Like all that shit's cool, and like I'm here for it, you know. But like when you do A24 shit in the context of a movie like this, it's like just hurry up. Fuck, dude. Like I can't stand just watching Nicolas Cage with blood on his face staring at the camera for 30 seconds after every single time he enters frame. It's like, stop. I fucking already saw him looking at the camera. Like, just knock it off.
Do you
Get to the next thing.
So we got a bunch of Rock fans in here. You guys all like the movie The Rock?
Oh,
I don't think
yeah.
I've ever seen it.
Cage right there. It's one of
Yeah.
his big ones.
I'm good. I'm not a
I think
Nicolas
I
Cage
close the
fan.
window. This mariachi
No.
music is.
Only
Hey,
until
Dean,
he
have-
started doing
something.
stuff like this is he watchable.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm like I said, I'm not a huge.
Oh,
Nicolas Cage
Jeremy's
fan.
gonna fuck somebody up.
Jeremy's got to go turn
Go.
down the mariachi.
We need to go kick some kid's ass.
from the second floor.
Yeah.
Just extend an arm.
Like, what's that movie that he did in the 2000s? The adventure
Oh, that one?
movie. With the
Kick-Ass.
Declaration of
Oh, I
Independence.
love that movie.
National Treasure.
Oh,
That's
National
no,
Treasure.
That's good. That's like good.
It's
Nicolas
so
Cage.
fun.
And then
That's a
Kick-Ass.
great
I am
movie.
going to steal
The Declaration of
The
Independence.
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I feel like you guys haven't seen Face Off, which is
I've
love
seen
Face
Face
Off.
Off.
I'm
Love
good.
Face Off.
terrible. And yeah, it's terrible. But it's Nicolas Cage. And the other one was 100% Nicolas Cage.
Con
Con Air.
Air. Con Air.
Con Air is
Con Air.
fantastic.
Raising
Cameron
Arizona.
Poe.
I like
What's
Raising
the
Arizona.
one where he's like in the wrestling ring? Like it's like there's like a wrestling match or a boxing match or something, and then
That's,
like it's taken over by terrorists.
Snake Eyes or something.
Snake
Oh,
Eyes.
Yeah,
that's
Snake
it.
Eyes with
Yeah.
I forgot about Snake Eyes.
yeah,
Snake Eyes is awesome. It's ridiculous. Like that's
with Gary Sinise and
yeah.
Yeah.
Carla, what's her name?
Gugino.
Yeah,
He also this was a pretty terrible one too. Knowing, I think it's called.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
no,
He's
Knowing
also,
is
actually
bad.
he's also Knowing.
Next is a great.
Next is the
And
one I'm
Next.
talking about.
Knowing and Next are like
They
The
came out
two
at, like, the exact same
quintessential, like,
time,
What
and
kind of
they're
shit?
Ridiculous.
bad, like early 2000s Nicolas Cage movies.
But I love in Next that he's a fucking Vegas magician or something.
Yeah.
Which is
Mhm.
exactly what Nicolas Cage should always
That's
be.
what he would be.
I
Yeah.
think that's how
That's
they
what he
found
would
him,
be
right?
if he wasn't if he wasn't an actor.
I think he does that just
Yeah.
for fun because he can now.
And then Next he has that ridiculous long hair. Like Nicolas Cage,
about
that
Con
long
Air?
hair doesn't work for her. Oh, and he has it in Con Air too. Yeah.
is we.
I-
Mm.
The only movie the best movie he's ever been in is Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh,
I don't even
I don't
know
think I've
is
seen
that
one.
is that the one where he has
He's a
that
fucking alcoholic. Yeah.
that rant where he's like, and you piss blood?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It has Karate Kid's girlfriend in it.
Yep.
Elizabeth
As a
Shue.
hooker
Oh,
Mhm.
who's in love with him.
yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
It's a Nicolas Cage.
Are you on a
Good then.
laptop or something, Danny? We're looking at your mouth the most of the time.
I'm on
Yeah.
an iPad.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool how you've like cropped out your eyeballs. Actually, it's very,
We got a shot of you from basically the lips down.
Watching your
It's an artistic choice, Ben.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Like your pink light,
Yeah.
fucker.
Hey, I've been tall my whole life.
I will say that scene where he goes back inside after getting out of that barbed wire handcuff and gets the alcohol bottle and just starts screaming. That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was
That's
great.
good.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
very good. Like I got chills watching him.
Funny you mentioned that because in the trivia, he was his wife had just come home one day and just said, "Oh, I'm divorcing you, by the way," and so he used that anger and put it in this film. So that's what was going on.
Really?
Yeah, which makes sense.
That does
And
make a lot
he
of
has a kid with that wife that I think that he named that kid Kal-El
After
because he's
Superman?
obsessed with Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was originally in a Tim Burton Superman movie.
Oh yeah,
That got
I've seen the
canceled.
pictures.
And
There's
I
a
would've
famous
loved
picture of him actually getting fitted for
and he's
the
got
scene.
Superman's got long ass hair and shit
A
like that.
Nick Cage
Um,
Superman would have been fucking great.
He
It would've been
still-
terrible.
he
I
still
can't
has
even
that
It's too bad
receding
that-
hairline in it.
It's too bad the movie died. They canceled it, but
is
It would have
too
been terrible, but I would have loved it. But and I'm not a
Truth,
Tim Burton fan
justice,
at all.
and the
So
American way.
there's that documentary you can watch. I think what's his name? That Kevin Smith, I think, did a documentary on the making of
Heard of
that
this.
Superman Lives or whatever it was called.
Oh wow.
Because he actually wrote the original treatment, I think, for it on the original script.
and they read it and realized it was fucking stupid because Kevin
And they
Smith
shot,
wrote it and
yeah,
they
and they
didn't do
shot.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, I said it. I
They
said
shot
it.
film
Oh.
of
Not a fan.
they
You don't
shot
like
video
Kevin
of Nicolas
Smith?
Cage in the
Just hate him.
Superman uniform. So
What do you have
Ke-
against
Kevin Smith made one good movie
Clerk?
called
Barely.
Clerks,
Barely.
and he has been writing that shit ever since, and also terrible. And Clerks,
like,
Clerks
uh,
2 is
too.
absolute shit. He has not made.
Okay.
He's made one good movie. It was called Clerks.
but I think Chasing Amy is really good.
Okay, I like Chasing Amy. Changed my mind.
I like
I forgot about that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
Jason
Kevin
is
Smith,
good.
he's not so bad. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he's pretty good. He's
Oh,
one of my
I don't
favorites.
like him. I don't like him. I think he's annoying.
I think he should never
He
lost
is a little
the
bit
weight.
obnoxious.
Yeah, he should. He needs to be fat. He was better
He shouldn't have
fat.
Lost the weight.
Yeah.
That's,
Better
that's where
than
he
that.
died for me.
This is like when Peter Jackson lost all that weight in like 2010, and then my friends and I were joking about it, and we're like, "Dude, fat Peter Jackson could totally kick this new Peter Jackson's ass."
Exactly.
we need to bring back.
You
fat
should see Peter
Jackson.
Jackson in
Yeah.
Bad Taste.
Yeah.
Why?
Unrecognizable, skinny,
He's about like
young,
fucking 20
handsome.
pounds.
Yeah. Fat Peter Jackson could
Playing
tussle.
tonight, actually.
Fat Peter Jackson.
Fat
yeah.
Peter Jackson could tussle.
And
Good
skinny
like
Peter
Fat
Jackson
Peter
looks
Jackson.
like he spent 3 days on a heroin bender. So I think he was
has that
better fat.
unhealthy look of losing way too much weight way too fast.
Yeah.
You know,
This is the one true Peter Jackson. Is Fat Peter
It
Jackson.
is. No, that's
The
that's,
one
that's
true.
prime.
Yeah.
He's the fat Peter Jackson that can rule them all.
See?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny looking at like old pictures of George Lucas, like when he was directing Star Wars. He's actually not that bad looking. He's got he's got the wavy '70s hair and the.
It's not a bad looking dude.
He's got the sharp eyes.
He looks like a film student.
Got the sharp eyes.
Sharp eyes. He dresses nice. He's a good looking dude. And then
lots of flannels. Yeah.
yeah. And then
all that Star Wars
that,
money. Yeah.
When he started riding that golf cart around the Skywalker Ranch, and he just.
It
Man,
happens.
I realized this. Fuck, I've learned so much about your guys' taste and male directors today.
It's important.
I mean, gone.
Well,
we
Oh my
like
God.
we like our
wanna
George
see any
Lucas is skinny, and we like our
Yeah.
Peter Jackson's fat.
It's fat. Thank you.
Don't flip them. Okay.
Don't flip them.
Kevin Smith sucks.
And Kevin Smith sucks.
Sucks. We should have been.
Except
fat.
not as much as we originally thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
Sammy is
Want
kind of okay.
something to hold. Okay, I don't just want skinny Kevin Smith. I want
Yeah.
something with the little cushion to it.
He's too
Want him to
bony
make
now.
me feel comfortable
He is.
when I'm caressed
The
by
thing is,
him.
he still dresses like Kevin Smith,
Yeah.
That's true.
but
Dork.
he's skinny, and so now it doesn't look good at all.
You know who dresses like Kevin Smith is Adam Sandler. Have you seen that, dudes?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is also always wearing ridiculously baggy gym shorts that like look like they were from Kevin Smith's original wardrobe.
Bro, you're gonna get there. I wear a t-shirt and I wear basketball shorts. I don't play basketball, never have, but that's all I wear now because I have truly given up and I just don't give a fuck anymore. Right? Like it's a t-shirt. They're like, oh, a t-shirt. I'll put that on for a minute, and then basketball shirts. Oh, those fit. And then slip-on shoes. I'm down to 90 pairs of slip-on shoes, right? Because I don't want to actually lace anything up. I mean, even my boots at work have zippers on the side. You'll get there where you just don't care anymore and you give up.
I don't know, man.
I don't
I've
think so.
seen
No, you'll
old
get there.
people like with style, and it's
Wait, that's-
fine. You know.
Well, there's one or two of them.
And
Don't worry,
yeah.
you'll hit the
ones
thrift
that
store soon enough.
Yeah, the cool old people.
Yeah, and they have an Instagram and everybody says, oh, how great how old you are. You know, I think it's so cute.
Silver
that you're-
foxes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, look at you, you silver fox ready for death. How cute. You know, it's that whole thing.
Would you date my great grandma?
You're the one that's ready for death. You fucking wear gym shorts and t-shirts every day.
And I don't even
Keep
go
it
to
up.
the gym, right?
Yeah. I think these are gym shorts. I think I'm wearing gym shorts right now.
Gee, you're halfway
These are-
there.
Well, these are like outdoorsy shorts. I don't know what
Outdoors?
you.
Cargo shorts? What are you talking about?
They're literally called
What does
outdoor
that mean?
outdoor jackets, and they have a
Oh, you
little
were-
mountain ranged logo. So
Oh,
I
they're probably
imagine
from
they're
Colorado.
How much climbing do you do in those, Jeremy?
for zero climbing. The one time I
Take
went rock
those off.
climbing,
Son of a bitch.
I didn't even wear
You
these. You know what? These
interloper.
probably are definitely for rock climbing. That's
I don't know.
gotta
They don't
be what
really
they're-
make shorts for rock climbing, I don't think, because
Nope,
like
they do. These are it.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say because the harness makes them right up.
Oh,
Yeah, you get cleansed if you're wearing
Well-
shorts. To,
Well, obviously, y'all we're not fans of Mandy because we're not talking about it. So
Well,
And that's
no,
fine,
I mean,
and that's fine.
We go on tangents on this show. Have you
no, I'm not. I'm fine with
but
tangents.
also like we're not like you. We don't just like or dislike things. Like there's plenty of things that we like that I like about Mandy.
Not like
Things that
Um,
are fun.
I know. Well, like
I'm gonna grab
for
it.
instance, like the last
You give
half
me
of
one?
the movie is actually pretty good. And also the effects that they use, like the whole film grain, like shit that they did throughout the entire movie, I thought was pretty interesting. Like
Yeah, that grindhouse kind of look. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like over the top with how much they put into the aesthetic. They were like, there's like multiple scenes where like it's like washed out into different colors, like all over the screen. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it had to have
that
been
I thought was
intentional.
kind of cool. That was cool, and because there's also this '80s thing going on throughout the whole movie, right?
Takes place in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes place in the
right?
80s, so they're taking advantage of that. Like I think even the music is kind of like that 80s synth thing going on.
Yeah.
Totally works. Loved it in this
by
movie.
Johan Johansson, last thing he did before he died.
Really?
Was it really? Wow.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
That's cool
That
how
was pretty dang
his
good.
first name is a short version of his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I was Waters Watterson, that'd be cool.
Waters,
Or Daryl Darrelson.
Daryl Darrelson would
Daryl
also be
Darrelson.
Doesn't
terrible.
Waters.
Oh man.
Or I could be Darrelson Isaac Watterson. That'd be pretty
Nice.
stupid.
Waters. Ooh.
Okay.
Um,
What's his name? Bill Duke? What something?
Yeah,
Duke?
Bill Duke. Yeah.
Bill Duke.
From
That's
Predator.
that's Mac.
Or Predator, yeah.
Yeah. From
I just
Predator.
that's all I want is one friend that I can go to and
Mac.
he's gonna hold all my weapons for me when I have
So
to go
what's the
kill
deal? Is he like a
Jesus motorcycle
vet?
gang.
What is he? Is like what's the deal there? I guess it doesn't really matter.
I guess it's not
No.
supposed to, right? Like that's one of the things about this movie is that they try to just kind of like let stuff sort of happen. Like why when they
He's
called
pretty mean
the,
with that crossbow.
when they called the freaking guys with the conch, and then like the demons show up
I know where
on
that's from.
ATVs. I just about lost my mind. I was like, what? Because I thought they
Yeah.
were supposed to actually be supernatural entities, and I'm not convinced they aren't. But like, they show up on
Yeah,
ATVs.
I think they are.
They're motorcycle Cenobites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they the guy who's holding Nicolas Cage's weapons is like, yeah, man, I heard that they got a bad dose of LSD and they just like messed them up, and now they act like that. I was like, shit, dude. Like
It's a bad trip.
now they
Yeah.
like are all sticky and gross and drink blood and ride ATVs in the woods.
Don't do
Like,
drugs,
Mhm.
kids.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't do
Darrow's trying to tell us. Mhm.
concentrating LSD.
Yeah.
that one guy
Sometimes
with
you
all
can't
the
explain
road
supernatural.
spikes.
There you go.
Yeah,
Gotta fucking start using fucking earthbound shit, you know?
that's true. There is actually one thing I really didn't understand when the Cenobites
One?
show up to Nicolas Cage's house and they like go and jump into bed with them. There's like
Nice.
it like cuts away for a second and it shows a fat guy looking through the window and then a hand like grabs him and pulls him away. What was that?
He's the blood
Who was that
sacrifice.
guy?
He was one of the religious people, and they sacrificed him gave him to the motorcycle Cenobites in exchange for
That's
running
what that
around
was.
and
Then you know
When
the
you guys
old
explain it like this, this is really not making much sense.
yeah. It kind of sounds ridiculous.
This is
But
what
you know,
happened.
that's what
We're
they
just saying
said.
what happened, okay?
That's what
They
they
said-
you know the old
said,
saying.
so-
You know the old saying, Ben, more fat, more blood. So that's why they would get the fat guy.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It was
One thing we
actually
haven't talked about though is why was he fucking her?
why was Nicolas Cage?
And then fucking Batman's dad. Why'd everybody want her? I mean,
Oh,
how
Yeah,
much
she-
LSD did they more they on?
Well, yeah,
I mean,
that was
come
kind of
on
my
now.
point. Was like, if you're gonna make a movie called Mandy and you're gonna have a woman that is worth
Yeah, everybody's
killing over,
lustful.
she
So it
probably
wasn't
shouldn't.
LSD in there. It was fucking moonshine. Fuck. Made her look pretty.
You know,
Mm.
I have a strong feeling that Mandy is actually exactly what Panos is like into. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Oh,
'cause
it must
I've
be.
seen a couple interviews.
Butterfaces.
Well,
Butter
I mean,
bodies.
to be fair, she's an
Moon women.
older hippie artist girl that loves macabre shit and living in the woods, right?
It's like me with a wig, is what it was,
Right.
I think
What about
mine
that
says, yeah.
fucking ratchet old
Wig.
bitch stuff?
and a beard.
So I
I
probably
don't
would have
know.
rooted for that if it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you know, like how millennials are all into like the goth girlfriend like trope. I
Yeah.
feel like
It's like
Yeah.
I feel like she is like she's just the grown up version of like
Pancake
The-
face trope.
Jesus. This poor woman.
She
I
looked
know.
like
What
that
happens when you
zombie
smoke
dude in
cigarettes
Hungry
your whole
Ghost.
life, man? I don't know.
poor woman.
She
Yeah.
looks
But how'd you like to do that?
great in Oblivion.
How'd you like to do that old bitch?
That's
with
the same. That's
that,
the same chick.
Yeah.
That Mandy was replacing. I mean, she was
I-
fucked up on the outs. She had to deal with that guy's shit, and she's old.
Mhm.
And now she got Mandy, who looks like a fucking rotten dog, replacing her ass.
Right.
Right? So,
God,
Oh my god.
I mean,
she's fine. It's
what I
not.
saw.
Jesus, fuck, dude.
These are the
I'm
jokes,
just
Ben.
calling like it is, man.
Yeah.
I saw the
She's
movie
not,
too, guys.
she's not a rotten dog. It's not that bad.
I'll watch it sober next time.
Do you like? Yeah. Have you ever gone to Denny's and you get a kid's pancake and they put the face on it? That's Mandy.
I don't know, man. Watch Oblivion. She's great.
The mouth. I can't believe that's the same chick. Yeah.
That's Vika.
Well, I went to her IMDb and her first picture is very what's it called when they make you look good?
Not as inbred.
That's it.
She looks real inbred in the movie.
Doctored.
Yeah.
Well, they dressed her down, obviously. No makeup.
Young boy.
I think she looks better. Trust. Oh man,
it's so funny because clearly Panos, like I'm telling you, Panos is like, this is the girl. She's so attractive to me.
Yeah,
I thought he kept saying Thanos, and I was like, why did Thanos
the
get
guy
me?
who directed the movie? I don't remember his last name. It's like Panos Campanos or something. He's
like got another double.
Daryl
Panos Comparison.
Panos Panison.
What the fuck? What is his name actually?
Do you know him from something else?
He did Black Rainbow, Cosmatos.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, that was his other.
The old favorite, Black Rainbow.
I mean, that's another fucking weird ass movie. I enjoyed it too, though.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like that one better, but it's less movie. I guess it's like more artsy than this one was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so Cosmatos. That's what it is. But anyways, that like. I think that dude literally just like thinks that, the old hippie smoker girl that's into like horror fiction and art is like super hot and desirable. Like I feel like that's the reason that she was there.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah.
If you look at him, his whole eye looks like a pupil. I mean, he's obviously fucking high on some kind of shit.
I mean, dude, this dude is like
the whole movie's
like,
high on some good
shit.
shit.
The whole movie is his thing, right? And the aesthetic of this movie is not something that like makes me feel good. Like I don't know what the fuck this guy's like. This is perfect, and I like watch the movie. I'm like, oh god, I feel bad through most of the stuff that's happening.
Yeah, like me. I think that's the point of it. Like again, like I said, it's not an original story. It's hard to these days. I mean, what does that even mean? An original story these days? Especially now, we've seen it all. So it took something, like I said, it took the age-old revenge flick. And just turned it on the head and made it super fucking weird and just concentrated on letting it breathe, and having these weird aesthetics and, no real story per se. The dialogue doesn't mean much. That was the director's
idea, is to drag it all out. He wanted to make it as strange as possible to retell a story that we've all heard 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Or at least some of us have.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just appreciated the whole, the weird feel of it and the artsy shit. Like I said, it wasn't for everybody's cup of tea, but I still liked it.
I think that's really the only thing that kind of gets to like the bottom of it is that the aesthetic really like I think that there's some parts of it that are cool, but in general, like the vibe that he was going for is this thing that I recognize some people like. It's like an old 80s metal music video. You know what I mean? Like
it totally is. Like the whole aesthetic of it is like one big 80s like metal album cover.
Yeah, and I hate that. That stuff is so off-putting to me. I absolutely am disgusted by most of that artwork. Like it
weird
how
like
it makes
things can be
crawl,
off-putting but not on-putting. Because for me, it's on-putting.
Yeah, it's on-putting. Yeah,
I don't think you can stand
when you get
on
into the
pudding.
third
it's
act,
chocolate pudding.
You're just gonna sink.
Damn it, Doug.
That third act when it actually shows Mandy's name and it's that awesome metal lettering, that was so fucking cool.
Like the band Cathedral. So me and Danny worked with this guy 1,000 years ago, and he was from Houston. I guess he's still from Houston, but he was telling us about this band. He's talking about like, cool bands, bro, and he's talking about this one band, Cathedral. Like, what the fuck, Cathedral? It's metal, so why not? And I saw it. He's like, show me in this magazine. I'm looking at it. I'm like, you mean cathedral? I thought it was pronounced cathedral.
True story.
Which I then had told him, I said, cathedral is a better name than cathedral, honestly.
Yeah.
But He kept talking about cathedral, bro. The cathedral so great. Come on, cathedral.
He was the part Mexican that was calling everything Quasadalias.
Yeah, Quasadalias.
I used to think that that Saliva was the new metal band. I thought they were Saliva.
Well,
Saliva. I love Saliva.
He also famously called Agape a gape.
Okay, but a gape is actually a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know, man.
That's Danon's special skill. Renege, Agape.
Renege is better. Renege.
Yeah.
Renege is way better than Reneg.
Okay, dude, but a gape is not better than Agape. Like we can all agree on that.
No.
Isn't that Italian?
Agape.
Greek?
Yeah, it means like
It's
love.
Italian if you say agape,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's a gape.
Is it Greek?
I thought it was
Yeah, I think that's its own website.
a gape.
Agape.com.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't promote that shit.
My bad.
Don't
It's
you
a
know we're
family
live?
podcast.
This is a family podcast. So, anyways, that woman was like a fucking rotten dog.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, when they burned her in that sack, I was glad.
Jesus.
I thought that's what I would have done.
Yeah. I mean, you
That's
do
not
kind
my
of look
movie,
like the
so.
cult leader. So
I was like-
works out.
I was like thinking how expensive that thing they burned her in. What's it called? Sleeping bag. That was probably one of those great, those
Fucking
great
40
lens.
Probably one of those Colemans.
It was one of those Colemans.
Yeah, you probably could have got that from Walmart for like $25, man.
Man, that thing was rated for below 30.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, right? It's like one of the best possible sleeping bags. It's super lightweight.
Yeah, it's one of those backpacking. They just burn it up with a woman inside of it.
Yeah.
Goddamn hippies.
What a waste of a sleeping bag.
And then later, like, has anyone seen my sleeping bag? Oh, we burned the girl in it.
Oh,
How about that,
man.
bro? Where am I gonna sleep tonight?
Well, that's the thing too. That this movie did that all movies do like this too. Is like they burn her but leave him alive. So we can have the revenge movie. You know
Yeah,
what
so
I
we
mean?
can have the rest.
Well, what was she gonna do?
That's
If he was killed, she would have fucking just taken drugs
That's true.
and fucked.
She probably
penis
would have
over
read
her anus.
another sad story, right? Like that's her thing.
Mhm.
Heard that.
Did you guys hear my fart?
No,
I did.
That was not a motorcycle.
That
was my
not
asshole.
a motorcycle.
I did think it was really interesting. There was the scene where Nicolas Cage murders the first cult member. It's after he kills the cinephiles or whatever the fuck they're called.
The pedophiles.
And he like shoves the axe into that guy's mouth. Remember this scene?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he turns around, and then there's that like the only cute girl in the entire film who like played Russian roulette in front of Nicolas Cage. He's like, you looked kind of uncomfortable participating in this cult stuff, so I guess like you're chill. And then like everybody else, even the old lady's like, nah, I'm gonna throw your head into the room over here. Like I didn't really understand why that girl got a free pass.
Never kill the pretty.
She was the best looking girl in the movie.
Never kill
That's
the pretty.
like, is that it feels like that's why
Yeah.
Cosmatos didn't have her killed.
I thought it
So
was because
Are you kidding
I
me,
thought it
Ben?
was
This
because she was getting taken advantage of by the cultists, and he felt bad for her.
the culturers.
The culturers.
He felt bad. I mean, she's like stupid enough to be. Everyone's stupid enough to be in the fucking cult. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
Even
That always
But
happens.
the girls get the
even
worst.
That tiger was in the cult, so
I
Yeah.
actually thought that she was gonna come back and like fucking cause problems for Nicolas Cage, and he was gonna be like, I should have killed the pretty one too. Fuck, because that would have
he's
made.
gonna throw her in a sleeping bag and light her on fire,
Yeah, I mean that's
But a
the
cheaper
he-
one.
Yeah.
and then he becomes the cult leader.
Yeah.
Did it feel like he was kind of on that path? Like once he took the LSD and his face melted,
He
I thought, like,
literally does say, "I am your god."
yeah, I thought that he was becoming the bad guy.
I think that is kind of the subtext.
Ah.
To
Good
use
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that one of
The scene where
thesaurus?
he's looking at the very end when he's looking at Mandy, he's like hallucinating that she's back in the car with him, and it's like her and then him and then her, and then he's like that fucking face that he made was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in cinema, dude. That was the scariest, most ridiculous.
Yeah. Of all the Nick
directly to
Cage
the camera.
faces, that was one of the better ones.
It was pretty good.
It's really
And then,
good.
what was up with the ending though? Like, what was with the fucking planets? Like, I guess the implication is that he's not on Earth anymore, or
He's like transcended.
Is that what it is? Like
Kim the Star Child? I actually don't know.
Well, actually, when they were talking about towards the beginning, when they were talking about the planets, and they were asking what his favorite planet was.
Oh,
that's right.
And I think he said,
and then he starts talking about because most of the planets were named after Roman gods.
Naboo.
And then, Naboo.
Naboo.
What's your favorite planet? Jakku.
Jakku. I fucking hate Jakku.
Don't
Don't even get me started
on fucking Jakku.
It's
Tatooine
all about
ripoff.
Unilist, guys. Come on. Fucking-
So speaking of Meraxes, I'm living with Danny now, and his daughter's cat's still here. I don't remember the cat.
Is that your room?
Yeah, I know, right? Changed it over. I can never remember this cat's name. I know you told me, but I already forgot. So I just been calling this cat Meraxes, and it's been working.
She doesn't even notice.
She doesn't even care.
Doesn't
She still meows. So this cat's hilarious, right? Danny's like, hey, give it a teaspoon of soft food at night and give little treats in the morning. I said, no problem. So now this fucker waits for my alarm, and as soon as he hears my alarm, scratches on the door.
No.
So it's actually alarm number 3, which is nice. I get up, I give the little cat treats. It's fine. I pet it. It's good. And then at night, if I don't give it that little teaspoon of food, man, that fucker lets me go.
You know what that cat's name is, don't you, girl?
Mm-mm.
That you don't remember?
Mm-mm.
Mandy.
No.
It's not. This cat does have the face of a rotten dog, so I can see around that.
You put in a few sleeping bags on fire.
Yeah. Every morning, this cat comes in with this burning sleeping bag on its back. I'm like, again, Mandy, with the pet bag? It's weird though. I've never experienced a cat this vocal before. And you told me about that, dude.
Yeah,
this cat
a honker, man.
lets you know what the fuck is going on, man.
Good communicator.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It is good.
That's definitely not Mandy.
But you gotta
No.
watch out too, because she'll lock herself in a room.
Yeah, I closed my door. I closed my room now because of that. Because she did it the other day.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right.
She just slams the door.
She gets in there and pushes the door.
Yeah.
I was out in the living room. She did that the other day. She's like, I'll show you. And blam, just closed my door. And I'm like, okay.
That's weird. That's really weird.
That's really weird. Well, she wants attention. So,
Mhm.
because then I went in there,
You
I
have
opened
to
the
go
door.
get her.
She's in a sleeping bag. She's on fire. I'm like, again with the bag.
That's the attention.
There's your attention. I get it. So I stomped her.
Give her some concentrated LSD. She'll get all the attention
Yeah.
she needs.
The cat
In a
walks
jar.
in with
Yeah.
a battle axe. Next thing you know.
That's right.
Come home and it's forging a fucking battle axe in the living room.
Out of
Asking one of the
aluminum.
other cats for her Reaper crossbow.
The Bill Duke cat.
Bill
The whole-
Duke cat.
Yeah, that whole scene where he fights the last of the
The pedophiles.
Yeah, those guys. And he
Petabytes.
shoots him with the fucking arrow. And the guy just
Pulls it
pulls
through
the
his
arrow
throat.
through his neck, and he's like, meh. Doesn't even respond otherwise.
LSD is
cool.
some crazy shit.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
That was
He
actually really
knew that
frightening
was
moment,
Nicolas
yeah.
Cage's
that's
second bow, or bolt. So he was like,
He's
no
good.
problem.
Yeah.
He's
He ain't shooting no more at
whatever,
me.
No big deal. And then he still has the energy to fight Nicolas Cage. Like, that was some potent LSD
Yeah.
for sure.
But
That's called PCP, not LSD.
Yeah.
The guy that he got like shot like 12 times or something, so was running.
Yeah.
I think these guys are from the nether worlds or whatever, right?
Are they?
So yeah, I mean that's what I took from it.
That's what
I guess is
Yeah.
there's some sort of weird sea demons or something. I don't know.
Well, that's what they
I-
had to
that's why I
call
call
him
them
with the
Cenobites.
Macarena of Time.
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy goes out there with the
And
playing
it's
the-
funny too because stuff like this either works for me or it doesn't. But this totally worked for me. Like when they went out and called these fuckers with that little tune box, I was like, oh my god, I'm so in. I love shit like this.
The ocarina.
I was
It has to be
honestly-
done this right way.
Well, it was like
I
weird.
was
I love-
totally fine with the ridiculous conch shell. It was when they rolled up on ATVs that I was like,
How are
well,
you gonna
hold
get-
on a second.
How are you gonna get around?
It was the backwoods.
Yeah,
They're
they could go
Fraser.
mudding
They're
if they want.
Fraser Park Cenobites.
I know. I just love the idea of a bunch of demons fucking riding around on like a bunch of human shit. They're just like, yeah, fucking, you know what? Like, we definitely have our stick in fucking hell, but humans, they invented ATVs. They can't be that bad.
When they get on
They'll
their
roll up on BMX bikes or something.
Don't they
I would
have
have thought
magic?
choppers.
Well, if they were on Polaris or Can-Ams, that would have been unbelievable.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
I would bought that shit.
What if they
Well,
rolled
when
up
they
on, like
en-
a Segway?
Or
When
a
they-
Tesla.
Or
They just
golf
like
cart.
fucking pull up in an electric car. Just like...
Listen, when you enter the earthly plane,
Ah,
and you're some sort of demon, you got to ride,
Also, there was the scene where Nicolas Cage like tries to sneak up on the demon that's watching porn. My favorite thing about that scene was that the porn was like 5 seconds on repeat. It was really funny.
Oh, was it?
It was like
Funny.
him, like it was like hitting it, and then there's like a zoom in, and he's still doing it, and then it zooms back out, and it repeats. And I was just like, this demon's just been fucking watching this GIF, like on
Porn GIF.
I like how he was wearing the thing from Seven too.
Oh, the fuck stick?
Yeah, the fuck stick.
Oh,
You guys notice that?
was he wearing the fuck stick?
Basically, that's what it was. It
There's a
got
fuck stick.
driven
I don't
to
know
the
what
ground.
this is.
Well, in Seven, I don't want to spoil it for you, Ben. But in Seven, they strap this dude up with like a apparatus
knife.
thing like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Fuck stick, yeah.
Knife dick.
penis. Yeah, and force him to have sex with another girl.
Oh my!
But I don't think
Oh,
did
my.
say-
See,
thought
no,
Seven
I
was an
didn't even think
assassin
that
movie.
was a. I didn't even think that. I think that was literally his real dick was a knife.
Really think so.
I'm with you, Ben.
That's what I got out of that.
It could be.
Because
Dick
there are these
knife.
crazy,
I'm with
wacky, demonic things. I just thought he actually just has a knife.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
for a dick.
Seven. I thought you were talking about the guy in
What?
Seven. had
No,
his real
no,
knife
the
dick.
demon.
I'm talking about Mandy.
Yeah, the demon
Oh.
had a
In a
knife.
bike.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
the
His
demon had
balls
a
were
knife.
sharpening stones.
Yeah, those
Mighty
like
move.
that's not even
I believe that he was a knife dick. Yeah.
You didn't buy that. He was born with that Bowie knife.
Maybelline.
The way that was shot, it was actually really hard to see what part of his anatomy it was coming from. I didn't really understand.
There's only a couple quick shots, and it was super dark. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Let me get that
That,
porn
it was
out.
actually. I guess that was intentional. They were trying to like make them seem more mysterious, but it was really hard to understand anything that was going on with those guys.
I think it
I think
didn't
it's part
matter.
of the point. I think it's part of the point because I liked how because I was trying to look at one of the dude was like he's covered in Vaseline or Vicks Vapor.
Yeah, the
And
guy
I
that
was
ripped
trying
the
to
shirt.
figure out-
You ripped my shirt.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what he looked like, and they never showed you what he looked like, and I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. And the Christmas tree dude, that guy was kind of cool too.
With like rebar
I forgot about
sticking
Christmas
out of
No, it
him.
was, like,
Yeah.
all over the place. I think
Yep.
you're not supposed to really know what they look like, and I mean
No.
it's probably a thing too. This movie was super low budget, so how do you hide that shit? Don't put lights
Yeah.
on them.
Just put it in the
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah.
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 Just don't light it.
Doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
'cause
they
the
look like.
the budget was only $6 million, and I have a feeling $5.5 million went to Nicolas Cage to pay off his tax debt. So
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The interesting fact about this was Elijah Wood produced it.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't notice that.
Frodo.
He's been doing a bunch of weird
Doing that
shit
One
for
Ring
the past
money.
10 years. Yeah. He's just bored
One Ring
living in
money.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, he
So-
does live in Austin.
Do you see him at the Five and Dime? Do you think what it's called?
The HEB
Jesus.
Stop smoking.
No, what's it?
at the
Trader
Dollar
Joe's.
Joe's.
Draft House.
I try to say Trader Joe's because I know that's probably where
H-E-B.
all y'all go.
HEB.
Oh,
Yeah, HEB. Yeah.
Everyone goes to HEB.
HEB. What
They
kind of
don't
store
have
is
probably
that?
don't have a Trader Joe's. Dude, HEB is the shit.
We have
I
Trader
know
Joe's.
what
Tell
HEB
me
is.
what
Yeah, but
you
super
got.
Sounded like he said
Yeah.
itchy
Oh, HEB is also the shit.
That's when you get to
And
shit.
that's
Sounds
short
like-
for itchy bunghole.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, HEB is short for Howard E. Butts, which is
That is
fantastic.
really funny. The guy's name was Howard E. Butts, and he immortalized it.
Yeah.
I just would have called it Butts then.
Yeah, Butts.
Yeah.
Butts
yeah,
grocery.
What's up with this HEB shit? You could have just called it
Come
butts
into
this whole
Butts. And you
time.
get to come into Butts. You know what I mean?
Come into Butts. That's
I mean, it's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
God.
That's
like
One of them
a-
double entendres.
That's it.
Is that really what it means?
Yeah, it's Howard.
That's
E.
like
Butts.
a joke I
Really?
heard recently.
Yes.
Hey, Daryl,
Yeah.
what do you do if King Kong comes through the window?
I don't know.
You start swimming.
Oh, took me a minute.
You can see the lag time.
Hold on.
Oh.
Can you see the?
That
Like
was
that
a
cat.
lag, dude. That was bad.
It was like,
Yeah. Well, because I'm trying to be. I'm
You
like,
almost hear the fax tone.
now how could that giant monkey get through a window? Right, that's what I'm thinking. Come on, now you ain't fooling me. And then I'm like, oh, comes.
Uh,
So it would make less sense, but more sense if you said, well, what if King Kong ejaculates in a window? What do you do?
Run.
Well, then it's not funny anymore. Now it's a life or death situation.
Yeah, exactly. No, you really are.
It's a life or death.
2 on the nose.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So Nicolas Cage, did he get superpowers? Like, what was the head smushing like thing?
That's
that
pretty hard to do.
I read online. No, I didn't read. I think I saw something that was like, it was about the Clegane Viper fight in Game of Thrones, and it was like, how much pressure do you actually need to smush a human skull? And it turns out like
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Like a lot more than a human can generate.
Yeah.
But Nicolas Cage, who is not as big as Mr. Clegane, the Mountain, was able to smush that soft-skulled wimpy bitch.
It's that.
Yeah, but he's on concentrating LSD
and a bunch of cocaine. So,
concentrated.
He also snorts it off that broken glass.
A reasonable amount of cocaine.
Shard of glass.
I don't. He wasn't like just dipping his face into the
Unreasonable
mountain.
amount.
It was like one.
Well, he wasn't
of
dead, so
cocaine.
it wasn't unreasonable.
He had to pull it down to get it to his nose.
And that guy,
he's drinking tons of vodka.
Yeah.
Then he does the LSD. Then he does a big old thing, a big old mind ski.
Bumps.
Yeah. And then he has the
LSD,
silver LSD paste or whatever it was.
Yeah. So at this point, he's on a cocktail of different,
and then that guy's skull is pretty thin from the getting shot in that alley.
Oh,
bringing it back to Batman.
Bringing it back to Batman.
So yeah, I guess the weird thing to me is like Cosmato's, like his trips on LSD must be pretty fucking, like LSD doesn't turn you into a murderous psychopath. Like that's not how that particular drug works. So I'm just curious about Cosmatos as a person.
I think it might be a movie. Wait. And so, they're not saying that this is what the LSD will do to you, but
the top review on IMDb is
IMDb.
IMDb.
What website are you on?
IMDb.
You are.
IMDb.
It says, if you think killing John Wick's dog is dangerous, wait until you see what happens when you rip Nick Cage's favorite shirt.
Yeah. Good. That's good. That's
a good review. That's a great review.
This movie is about.
This movie is basically John Wick.
Awful.
Yeah.
My shirt.
I want to watch that because it just looks ridiculous. He's just babysitting a truffle pig or something like that.
Something like that. But he's making all kind of money off the pig, like is his hoe. So, and then that other movie where he goes into the Chuck E. Cheese and then fights all the demonic Chuck E. Cheese monsters is fucking stupid.
What?
What's that? What's that one?
It's Weird Weasel's whipping post or something.
Oh God.
Are you getting on IMDb?
Yeah, they have.
Get on IMDb.
Yeah. You got devil, satanic Chuck E. Cheese guys.
I am the beef.
Yeah.
There you go.
Weasels.
Internet movie data beef.
Internet movie database.
I don't even know if that's what you said, Jeremy, but that's sure as fuck what I heard.
Too, man.
Can that be our
No,
first
it's because I was, like that's how you laugh, right? And then, but it is at the end of me trying to say I am DB.
Oh.
See, I almost did it again completely on accident.
With the IMDb
logo,
beef. But then just put beef or EF at the end.
No, like turn the IMDb logo into a cow somehow. Like it would be perfect. IMDb.
That would be my burger shop. That would be my burger restaurant. It would be like a movie themed.
What is
that
this
movie? Data beef.
What is this salmon racing chair that Daryl is sitting in?
That's my cousin Katie's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so take it easy.
Got it.
It's a legit chair.
It does look comfortable.
Yeah, because Daryl left his salmon chair in storage.
And he's sensitive about that.
Daryl's chair that he was using at his apartment was this steel chair from WWF with a cushion on the ass of it.
It's like one of those folding chairs that's like it's $12 instead of the $10, right? Because it has a cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of those in my kit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like a church chair that you like pick up from like the events, the kind where you like try to
Yeah.
hoist as many as you can.
They pinch your fingers. Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah. No, we were commenting on your choice of
Chair,
yeah, that.
It's growing on me.
Like a
It does look
I don't know,
comfortable.
maybe.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the same color as my head. Equal parts pink and
Is
red.
that tuna fish?
Yeah, it's tuna fish.
It's a nice
Has
color.
it grown on you, or is it just a growth?
I don't think I can get it out of the room, is what it is.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So it stays.
So it's
I actually thought you were. I misunderstood the glass door behind you. I thought that like you were outside, like on a patio or something.
that would be
What?
weird.
That's like a sliding glass
Yeah.
door.
Is that a
This
sliding
is,
glass door?
this
behind
is a
you?
mirror.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
a
a
mirror?
closet door.
This
Oh,
is
it's a
just a
closet
window.
door. Oh my god! I've been out of California so long, I forgot they had sliding closet.
Yeah, every
doors.
apartment has a sliding closet door with a mirror on it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
noticed it has a mirror on it.
God, I thought it just went outside.
Wait. You're just saying that there aren't sliding closet doors with mirrors on them in Texas? They just
No,
don't
they've
exist?
No, they've
just
got
use
those
regular
saloon
fucking
doors.
doors. Actually.
Yeah.
Dana, you haven't had one since you've lived in Texas either, right? Just
No,
a
they're
fucking
all-
door to the closet.
They're all walk-in closets.
They're either
Yeah.
saloon doors
Yeah, this is
or
like-
barn doors.
This is a California thing or something. So, and there's no car
Huh.
washes out there apparently.
No,
Yeah, there
they're
are car
everywhere.
washes.
Who's
Like
talking-
here?
Who's saying that? Oh, in Torrance?
Okay. No. Here there is because I went down the street with the other day. I don't wash my own goddamn car. That's crazy talk.
Jesus.
But there's
Yeah.
a place where you can go to Texas and they'll wash it and everything and they'll dry it for you and you give them
Yeah.
$28. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like to
Well-
go to the ones that you just drive through. You do it yourself. It's faster. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's taking my bike.
There's
They do
a
have-
group of
they do have a hand
tents
wash
under
place.
the freeway underpass in Austin.
There you go. Yeah. Tip
Yeah, they
$5.
got the little Windex bottles. They got the.
hmm
They pee on it.
towels.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's in the
spent-
Windex bottle is urine.
I spent
Yeah.
$200 at a hand wash place just last week to have them like detail my car.
Oh, because
You say-
I was like, did you get a hand job too for $200? Jesus Christ.
They did.
But
they
I forgot
did
that you
use
have a
their
new-
hands to
Like
clean the
Jesus,
car.
the car is filthy, but I'm clean.
Yeah.
No, I forgot that you have a new car though, so that makes sense. That makes sense.
No,
You
yeah,
would keep
it's
that
a
thing
it's a
nice.
bigger car now, and also I had just gotten back from one of the camping trips, and
Yeah.
like part of getting to the campsite was driving on a gravel road for an hour, and so the car was absolutely fucking disgusting.
SUV, baby.
There's
SUV.
Bigfoot
That's
for
what they're-
yeah.
I
that's
flipped
what
my
they
car
need to
into
do.
trail mode, and I rode on the trail, and I
Nice,
felt
dude.
like I spent too much money on my car.
You're like,
they have
this-
trail mode.
Was it worth having trail mode?
Was it?
Honestly,
What is trail mode?
It
You
was
notice
worth
the
it.
difference?
But yeah, I did actually. I flew down. It was actually like this was a legit fucking off-road trail. Like I was going like fucking 30 on this trail. I should have been going like 5 miles an hour, but it was so fun, dude. I'm like going over little boulders and shit. It was great.
Nice.
So definitely
Yeah.
worth it. And my car wasn't fucked up. I didn't pop a tire. I didn't fuck up my suspension or anything like that, dude. It's like it was built for it. Who would have thought?
It's almost like that's what
Yeah.
they made those cars for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally that trail button just does nothing. Just doesn't
I
have-
bet you it doesn't do shit. Honestly,
the wires
It's
to
all
it are
placebo.
hanging down.
it just changes the color of the dashboard, and that's it. That's my favorite
Yeah.
part. You put it on trail mode, and then like like a JPEG of some rocks shows up in the dashboard.
What?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Nice.
That's
dude.
It's ridiculous.
They know how to get you.
Yeah. Well,
I
if
mean-
only Nicolas Cage had my car when he ran over the fucking rebar guy, he wouldn't have flipped his whole. fucking
Yeah, jeez.
Fucking rebar guy.
Damn rebar guy.
Rebar man.
And I'm sure there's something like my truck has traction control. And I was in the desert one time and I was trying to drive over this mountain. It was all fucked up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? And it was that traction control was on. As soon as I turned it off, it acted like a totally normal vehicle.
Oh, really?
Because it couldn't get traction, so it's trying to adjust and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, my Jeep has traction control too. Sometimes when I take really hard corners, it
Yeah.
tries to autocorrect itself.
You gotta turn that shit on.
A
It's like
little
my
bit weird.
I
motorcycle
have
has.
like there's a thing called lane assist, which I guess is in like newer vehicles as well, and like it's really fucking aggressive in my car. I realized like the way that you're supposed to use lane assist is like you just basically don't do anything with the steering wheel, and like the car just like does it for you. So you have like cruise control and lane assist on, and your job is to just like hold the steering wheel and not fall asleep. Because if you take your hands off the steering wheel, it like beeps at you. So you have to hold the steering wheel. But then the car is like, it doesn't like it if you do anything. If you like try to turn along a curb, the car is like, no, I'm doing it. Like fucking knock it off. It like literally fights you. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the lane assist in my car is
fucking
like really
Skynet,
aggressive.
dude.
That's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, first these robots that sweep your carpet and drag dog shit all over your house, and now this.
And
Now they're driving you into an office.
Yeah, they're driving you. Yeah.
Did you know Tesla's
driving
already
you into
one of
an
them.
early grave?
Tesla's already released the self-drive function. Did you guys know this?
Yeah, I've seen that.
The craziest thing to me when I was like, oh my God, we're in the future, was when
Predator drone strikes.
that's it. And they target Teslas. You can actually call one in from the Tesla iPad.
Oh, nice.
But when Teslas first launched, they didn't have creep. So like when you take your foot off the accelerator or the brake,
Yeah.
your car will automatically creep forward. They didn't have that in new Teslas because they're electric cars. And people were like freaking out. They're like, I can't, it's hard to drive. Like it's so hard to get used to. So they just patched it in. They just released a software update and patched in car creep. And that, like,
my Leaf
blew
had
my
creep.
mind. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is it. This is the. And
That's
then they also
weird.
forced Teslas to play Radiohead by Creep all the time.
Oh, really?
At the same time. Yeah, you know that
That's what it
fucking
was. And the U2 album.
that C minor that they hit. It's always so juicy in Creep. But yeah, that like that whole thing. I was in a friend of mine's Tesla, and we were driving in downtown, and he was like, yeah, they don't really like it when you're driving in like a busy area to like switch it to self-drive mode. And so like we were like, no, do it, let's see. And so we switched it to self-drive mode, and I shit you not, the car seemed like it got scared. It was like it was driving along and it was fine, and then like some shit all started happening at the same time, as is wont to do in downtown. Like somebody was trying to get out of a parking spot, there was people jaywalking, and like someone was fucking rolling a trash bin, you know, like normal shit. And the car literally like stopped and was like beep, 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 beep. And I was just like, man, this car is like freaked the fuck out by everything that's happening right now. And like, and that was the moment that I felt like, all right, dude, like
Your car has anxiety.
Yeah.
I would shut all that
we gave
shit
the
off.
car anxiety. I felt
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
for the Tesla. I was like, we shouldn't have done this. It wasn't ready, man. It's fucking
Nope.
it was like, I don't like this. It like kind of it felt like the car like shrunk down and was like, oh, it was really
I don't need my car to have a personality.
it's
No,
coming,
thanks.
dude. You're
I'll buy
pretty
one
soon.
of these fucking self-driving cars when I go take a nap in the back. Until then, I don't want to do this shit. I don't
Yeah,
need any
I'm
help.
also ready to nap in my car. I don't want to fucking drive anymore.
Right. As soon as it truly drives itself and I can go do something else, like actually watch a Harry Potter film without driving inside of a truck.
Now that would be cool. I mean, if it can get to the point where it's like I got 45 minutes to kill, and I'm just gonna make this bitch drive me home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in the back seat and watch a movie. That would be cool.
That would
That's
be cool.
when
Well,
it's
no.
worth having.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
think about like there's so many things too. You could go to the bar in your car, and
Right.
then you could send your car home and tell it to come get you when you're ready to leave.
That would be awesome.
You don't have to park.
You don't
You
have to
have to
fucking park. Just drop me off and go home, bitch.
Is the car's name, bitch?
What? Yeah, for
Well,
now
that's
it
what
is.
I would
Well-
do it if they stop doing the, and I think Tesla does it and a few other electric cars, where they go "Woo" when they're driving,
Yeah, they
so
do
that you
make
know
that
they're
sound.
they're running.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really quick.
That's like a hybrid thing too. When my car is driving like less than I think 10 miles an hour, it goes. "Ball." It sounds like, you know, like when water is behind the wall and it's running through
Yeah,
pipes.
when
like
the
that,
pipes
"Ball."
are running.
Yeah, it's literally it makes that fucking noise, but really high pitched, like "Ball." And I'm like, that's
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
the car
some
sound
lady
like.
was following me in the parking garage yesterday. I'm like pushing a cart and shit, and she's trying to find a spot in the garage, and I can just hear.
Yeah, that's it.
You're like, ah!
That's the hybrid, baby.
Be gone, Skynet.
Be gone, Scott.
Just for that, I would have made a couple of extra circuits around the parking lot. Having her follow me.
Yeah.
I would have pretended to drop something, and like.
And then pointed a couple of cars, and then just go between them. Ditch her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're all waiting for. We're all waiting for the fucking watch, and you just like you hit the button, and like Kim Possible, your car just like drives up. I'm
ready.
Man, that does really sound great. Like today, I was driving in traffic, and I was thinking, like, man, I just don't want to drive home. Like, I want to get home, but I don't want to drive home. I don't want to drive in this bullshit. And
So
it
all of a
was really
sudden,
cool.
the second or third time you drive home drunk or ride home drunk from the bar, it sees you as a threat and it just kills you.
Because it knows that you're a threat to it. The car's like, I'm not letting you crash me.
Yeah,
I'm going to crash you.
You are a
I'm
threat to
gonna crash.
Skynet.
There's a guy I work with who lives so far away that it is sometimes 4 hours to get home on a Friday. 4
What?
hours.
No.
Why does he work?
I think he
here?
lives in Texas. Excuse me. And then my old boss, same thing. It was 4 hours to get home. A lot of times 3.5 hours. And I'm like, I can't even imagine. And it's funny, now that I'm living with Danny and my ride is now in the morning 19 minutes to get to work and maybe a half an hour to home. I realized, and a couple of times I was driving back, remember Jeremy when he came and got some stuff out of the garage and helped me move some shit? I realize now how far away I was living from work. Now that I'm very
Now
close.
it's in
What was your
perspective.
commute before?
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half. It was 32 miles, but it could be an hour and a half, sometimes longer on a. And I just turn my brain off and just get on the freeway. But like when I was driving back to like move and stuff, then it's like I was really aware how long it took. I was like, holy fucking shit! I can't believe I lived so goddamn far away for.
I was making this drive every day.
I mean, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
20
when I was
years,
living in
yeah.
Playa del Rey.
Yeah.
It was a 10-minute drive to work. And then when I moved to El Segundo and I didn't have that drive anymore, it was like 2 minutes. I was so relieved.
I hear you.
And when I,
That's what I told people at
started
work, too.
working from home, and then I go like this, and I'm at work.
Oh, whatever.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Whatever.
I have a
Bye.
meeting at like 9 a.m. on Tuesdays, and I wake up at 8:55, and it's enough time to pee, put on a pair of pants, and go to work. It's fucking fantastic.
Have a
Fuckers.
Fuck you.
I don't get it.
You know what? Everybody deserves this. That's what I'll say.
I don't think so. I think
Some people don't deserve to have a good work-life balance. Some
Yep.
people deserve to suffer.
Yep.
But me, I
Exactly.
deserve this.
That's fine. Do we have
go
anything
ahead.
else about Mandy that we want to talk about?
I think we beat that fucker to death.
I think we figured it out.
we beat
I
it
think
like a
figured that
rotten
movie out, yeah.
dog.
Rotten dog.
Like a rotten dog.
In a
Did a
burning
sleep bag on
And a
fire.
sleeping bag.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
Ratings, I'll go first.
Sure.
7.
7. Solid.
Okay.
I like it that much.
Not bad.
That's actually a lot less than I expected.
Me too.
Well, I mean, when you're getting to the 8, 9s, and 10s, those are pretty high. That's high praise, man.
I need to be
so-
crying if I'm at a 10.
Yeah, something has
Same.
to happen.
Yeah.
But I really did like it. Like I said, I like it. Didn't bother me that the breathing that it did at all, because I liked the aesthetics so much, because I like that shit, that kind of shit so much that it didn't bother me. I liked all of it. I liked that they let it breathe. I liked that it took forever to get to the action. None of that shit bothered me. I like that a movie that is very unapologetic about its weirdness, which is what I think we talk about. We talk about A24 films. A24 films are kind of the same way.
Mhm.
They don't try to. They're just like, this is it, man. Either you like it or don't. Fuck you, kind of thing. And then there's movies like Dune that need more explanation. But anyways, we'll get to that next week.
I see. I actually am agreeing
I would
with you
disagree
about
with
Dune.
you. Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week. But
Yeah, we'll
We'll
talk
talk
about it
about
next
Dune.
week. But I don't think that
Yeah, I
Dune
gotta see it still.
is the type of movie that requires that kind of explanation. It would probably just ruin the movie. But anyways.
I like
Yeah.
unapologetically straightforward.
But yeah, so that's all I like about the movie is it didn't care whether you liked it or not. It just did its thing. I liked its no explanation for the Cenobites. They just were what they were, and over the top violence. It was really good. I like Nicolas Cage.
Door just creak open.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that door creak open?
The cat again? Was
Is that the
Ryan?
cat?
You
Yeah.
I could oil this door all I wanted and it would still squeak. So I can say that right now. All right. So yeah, 7.
Nice.
Danny, do you want to go as our guest?
I'm just gonna say 7 too. I mean, I've seen so many fucking movies that something like this comes along, and yeah, it is what it is. But I don't watch these kind of movies every day. You know, these don't come along very often to me. So, like I said, I really like the weird because I wasn't expecting fucking 35% of it times 10. But like I said, it just appealed me that way.
What's the math
So.
on that?
Well, just put it in your phone, 35% times 10.
I mean, I did have
Ben?
some pretty disparaging
Yeah.
remarks about it. So I mean, you know.
Yeah.
350%.
You did
Yeah.
call what's their face a rotten.
A rotten
Rotten
dog.
duck.
I know. You're the one that likes this movie.
That's
Rotten dog.
just came from the heart, man. I just
Yeah,
put it out there.
We all
Calling
watched
how
the
he
same
sees
movie,
it.
right?
Yeah. How do you think they got her into that sleeping bag? They just
Yeah,
threw a Scooby snack and then she went.
that shit wasn't
They
fake.
just put in like a dental toy.
We're not talking about Maggie Gyllenhaal here. Jesus.
Oh, a hound
Oh,
face. Yeah,
Yeah.
or hound face.
Oh, that's not nice. I like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
It's so hard when we're watching the
Dark
second
Knight?
Dark Knight. What's it called? Yeah,
Mhm.
Dark Knight. First Dark Knight.
Oh.
The whole time I'm watching, all I can hear is my head when I'm looking at Maggie Gyllenhaal. That's like every time. Poor hound face. I just
Is that? Do people think she looks like a hound?
she's houndish.
There
No,
was
people,
those-
things, I
people
would
were
have
comparing it to
never ever
Underdog.
thought of that myself, but now that you say it, I totally know what you're
He's
talking
side by
about.
side of
Hold
Maggie
on.
Gyllenhaal and Underdog.
People don't, but Daryl does. I'm telling you, I look at her and I'm like getting out a collar and getting out.
Yeah, and to second that, she'd be the first one in a sleeping bag besides Mandy.
Jesus.
Oh, poor Gyllenhaal girl.
Oh, I'm sure that
Gyllenhaal
she's
girl.
she's crying into her into her.
Yeah, are you attractive enough to not end up in a burning sleeping bag? That's where
Yeah,
we're at.
that's where it all boils down to.
I don't know if we can fit into that category.
Well, we're all fucking
We're
hideous
all
creatures.
in the sleeping bag.
Yeah, yeah.
we're in the sleeping
Together.
bag
We
right
are
now.
the sleeping bag.
They couldn't figure out who to put first, so they put us all in.
They're not even gonna put us into a negative 30 sleeping bag. They're gonna put us in a
It's just gonna
fucking
be a-
70 degrees.
it's
We
gonna
don't
be a
even
top
get a
sheet.
Coleman.
A
gonna be-
top sheet wrapped in-
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
35%
hefty
times
bag.
10 sleeping
Fucking
bag.
shitty
Some highly
knit
flammable
quilt.
spandex.
Yeah.
It's gonna be saran
Oh,
wrap and gasoline.
I'll go next. Honestly, I would probably give this movie like a 5 or a 6. I think it's not a bad movie. It's actually pretty good. I think that it kind of goes a little too long in places that it shouldn't. But as far as like, a grindhouse film, which is sort of what it feels like towards the end, like fucking great, dude. The fights are hilarious. They're unique. They're weird. The fact that Nicolas Cage like kind of becomes the monsters that he's fighting by taking the super LSD or whatever. It's kind of silly, but like I enjoyed it. I don't think that it goes like some of these movies kind of go too far in like artistic directions. I don't really feel like this movie was guilty of that. It knew that it was tongue-in-cheek in some places, and like it's still kind of expertly executed on like the aesthetic that it wanted. I think the two big drawbacks for me are mainly just that like maybe you take yourself a little too seriously in the beginning, but more importantly, the aesthetic is just not for me. I'm not the kind of person that like this stuff appeals to generally. And so like, even though it was well done, and I think they kind of captured that aesthetic really well, I just kind of didn't like it. I didn't want to see it, that I can't help it. It's not the kind of, it is artsy. It just isn't like something that I personally want to see and like a huge amount of. And so I think that's why it's like a 5 or a 6 to me.
35%
Remind me,
times 10.
Really quickly, when we get off live, remember me to tell you about something.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, just tell me
what the thing was, but okay.
I'll leave it on my phone because this is hilarious.
Okay. I'll go next. You know what this movie kind of reminded me of? Just in like the weird, slightly supernatural, super low budget
What?
Keep drinking.
Whoa.
Low budget.
Hold on.
Nice.
Go ahead.
You just sit on a ketchup packet.
It was a barbecue packet.
Oh, it was a Cane's sauce packet. But it
Like
kind
a
of
fucking
reminded me
lamb
a little
under
bit
a
of
pillowcase.
reminded me a little bit of Mad Max, the first Mad Max, where like that first Mad Max is supposed to be post-apocalyptic, but there's like rolling grass hills and stuff, and it's just kind of out.
It's actually not.
What?
It's pre-apocalyptic, the first Mad Max.
Oh, is it? Okay, but there's still toe cutters in it, and these weird, these weird.
The Knight Rider.
The Knight Rider.
The apocalypse happens between the first and the second film.
Okay, but okay, so the car guys are still kind of like a weird. It's almost like a reverse holdover into the post-apocalypse. They're kind of like that, where they're just like kind of ridiculous. The dude's name is Toe Cutter. And the
great name.
hijinks that they get into at the end of the movie kind of feels similar.
Rider.
I mean, this movie is very 80s. Not even just the time frame it takes place, but it's just like it's just dripping in it, like that 80s low budgetness. Again, like I feel like they hid the cinephiles because they didn't have the money for the costume design, and.
Or if they had lit them up, they would have looked like those guys from Psycho Gorman.
Yeah, they would have looked like shit. Yeah.
Or it would have been Slipknot. It would have been Corey Taylor.
We need that.
How dare you?
I don't care.
Jeremy, how dare you?
So I don't know. I'll give this movie like a 6. I think the last half of it really kind of like brought it together for me because I liked that side of the movie. I didn't like the slow first half of it, but. 6. So there you go. Do with that what you will. Jeremy?
Yeah. I too give it a really hard 6. I'm chewing on my olive pit. I don't know. A 6.5. Yeah, 6.5.
Okay.
That high.
I think, it was because the second half was really fun, and I really liked it, and it would have been much higher if the first half wasn't so slow.
You're not
but even the first half,
films where they hold long.
Because I'm not already.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this before. I really don't like it.
Don't even bring it up.
I really don't like it.
If there's
I really don't like it.
Jimmy will leave. Be careful.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I don't like it. I don't like the art housey shit. I don't like the long, drawn out, shots that do nothing and go nowhere. But I do think that if I had seen this in theaters, I would have at least enjoyed those shots more because they are really beautiful to look at. There's a lot of cool colors. I think if I had seen this in a real movie theater, I might have even enjoyed it a little bit more. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that I wasn't seeing it in a perfect theatrical atmosphere. I saw it on that TV right there, which is not ideal, So I'll give it that. But man, the second half is really fun and was definitely up my alley, and it was everything that I wanted and more. So, to split the difference between the last half, which I really loved, and the first half, which is like totally the shit that I usually hate, it's a 6.5.
It's your hate shit, yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder that if the director did that and wrote that whole first part was to kind of like explain how nutty the fucking second half was.
The contrast for sure shows.
Yeah, it was just like it almost went into a different movie.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that again, you're probably right. That was part of the point is they just contrast and it flips the switch like almost directly in the halfway point.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
Like
it's like
50, right smack dab in the middle. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's true too.
It does make me upset that Nicolas Cage didn't stab anybody and look into the camera and say, "I think he got the point."
Then watch Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. I haven't heard that one.
That's the one where he's fighting Chuck E. Cheese monsters. Satanic Chuck E. Cheese monsters.
Oh,
Really?
Does that movie exist?
But I'm not going to say anything about that one because that one sucked.
Oh, that's not a good one. Damn it.
It's not
Who
good
would have
like
thought
this
the
one.
Chuck E. Cheese monsters come alive would have?
Oh, that's even newer than this movie.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes
2020
it,
isn't
you
over
know,
yet, kids.
Yeah.
Wow, he's really in debt, isn't he?
yeah,
He's doing shit like
you don't
that.
give a fuck, dude.
The
He
IRS
just
is
does
breathing
movies.
down his neck.
That's it. Get back on set, Nikki. All right, what'd you think, Doug?
I liked. I'll start with the positive. I liked anything Nicolas Cage was in. He was very Nicolas Cagey, and I just think that everybody else could not keep up with him. I didn't care when they lit Mandy on fire just because she was a boring, flat, two-dimensional character who did nothing.
She's really good at
she
looking
spent
like
most of
this.
the day.
She had the name of the whole movie going on.
I know she had that going for her.
So
and you know, I mean the motorcycle riders and the religious cult, it was all just kind of to me, I just didn't get into it. Like I said, I liked when Nicolas Cage was screaming and yelling and making a battle axe and stabbing people and going and getting his crossbow and stuff like that. All that was fun. That was great. But I mean, the rest of it was just most of the lighting. Well, you guys liked it, hated it. I mean, they have 3 lighting colors: blue, yellow, and red, and all of it was just irritating. And that whole idea of, hey, let's make a movie that simulates you're on drugs. You don't learn anything. There's no wisdom there. There's no anything. It's just dumb. And considering how many times we've seen this, if you go through, like I said, the late 70s and the early 80s, you see this a lot. And so I'll give it a 4.
I mean, I'm not going to try to talk you out of your rating. I'm just saying, not every movie has to fucking teach a lesson or be, this fucking.
But I don't. Yeah,
gesture.
but I mean, like I said, is when you spend almost 2 hours or over 2 hours
please.
in this drug world, it's just kind of boring after a while.
Look at Ben. Look how unbored Ben is.
Yeah, I can tell.
He's in a drug world. Look at him.
See, no,
He's got his chin because Deb is going to take his picture.
It's like Napoleon. So I'll agree with you there, but I'm not a huge fan of like crazy wild colors. You can definitely tell like all they did was just color grade it slightly different. Like that scene outside of the house when everything's red. Those are blue lights in the house, and they just took the color and they just switched the hue over to red, and now everything's red with purple shadows. I don't like looking at that, especially because I watch movies in the dark, and so when that kind of stuff happens, it just hurts my eyes.
That's why I can't watch movies in the dark.
Eyes, I guess.
Well, yeah, and I'll say the first part of this movie is really dark, actually, color-wise. I felt like I had to brighten my screen up constantly.
Yeah,
I'm watching the last season of Game of Thrones or something.
Oh,
here we go.
Yeah,
You're not all
fuck you, Game of Thrones,
man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What a shitty show.
I'm rewatching it finally. I'm finally over it, my broken heart, so I can watch it again. But I'm not going to get past season 5.
You're finally over it. It's like saying I'm finally over my ex. I'm going to get back with her so she can hurt me again.
Yes.
Yep.
That's exactly what this is.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right.
But I'm not. Hold on. But when we get to, I'm not going to get past season 5, even probably season 4. I think season 5 when it starts to go to shit.
That's where, isn't that when Hard Home happens though? That's season 5.
Maybe it's season 6 then. Wherever they go to Dorne is where it starts to go.
Oh, that's
6.
season 6.
That's season
I think
6.
it's
But season
it's just
6 has
unwatchable
Battle
after
of the Bastards. You at least got to watch
It
that.
has
which is great.
The Bells, which is one of the best.
Oh yeah.
scenes in
Well,
all of-
I'll sleep through the episodes that are stupid. So
It's
But yeah,
because-
you're right.
Come on,
there's some-
Daryl. You like the good story, but you love the bad pussy.
You guys got enough of 10 hours of
I haven't heard that in like 10 minutes, but yes. You were right.
That's from Game of Thrones?
That's
that
from
line?
Game of Thrones. You like the good girls, but you want the bad pussy.
What? Is that, does
That's-
Shay say that to him? I kind of hate
No,
Shay.
it's in
hate her.
it's in Dorne. It's one of the sisters. It
Oh,
says
really?
it's Bronn.
Oh,
One of those
that's
Dornish
right.
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
She's
sand,
holding
the
like
sand
she's-
snakes.
Yeah, one of the sand snakes. Oh my god, they even had a stupid
That's right.
name.
Name, yeah,
Yeah.
it was dumb. It was really dumb.
It's like fucking Fallout 3, Butch's gang, the Tunnel Snakes.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
this?
The cool,
Oh god,
The tunnel snakes.
my god, we're the Tunnel Snakes. They're a fucking bunch of greasers. Jesus. Well, I'm sorry that you're watching Game of Thrones again.
Hey,
Why, it's
first-
good.
It's actually a great show
Yeah, it is
before.
really good. I mean,
Before I went to
that-
It's a
shit.
great show.
the scene where one of my favorite scenes is Tyrion, of course, but when he walks in, when he's handed the king in the second season, and he's talking to Meryn Trant, and something's going on, and Meryn Trant's like, you just threatened me, and then Tyrion's like, if he
Yeah.
opens his mouth again, kill him. There was a threat. See the difference? And then he just like shuts up. I was like, oh, that was like prime.
just
Some
saw that
prime
episode the other day,
Tyrion
yeah.
right there.
Prime Tyrion. Oh,
Yeah.
Season 2.
mhm.
Man, yeah. The
That's
good
all
times
fine.
in our relationship were really good, and then they got really bad.
Yeah, I'm looking past all the
God.
abuse.
It got toxic.
Mhm.
They got hot. Britney Spears comes on stage.
Okay, well, I think that's all we
Wow.
have for Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is the We Like This podcast. We did Mandy, and thank you for joining us, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the. All I will say, Mandy was an interesting movie to watch. So
It was
I
interesting.
will say
Yeah.
that. So
It was.
Thank you for people joining as we're ending. I'm sorry we're ending, but you can follow us down below at our Discord or on. Is it We Like
Did
This
people
podcast
join?
on Instagram?
At WLT
Yeah.
Pod.
WLT Pod. That's it. WLT Podcast. And there you go.
All right.
All right, and then Dune.
See you guys.
Next week we're gonna be doing Dune next
Yeah,
week.
Yeah,
Dune.
Dune. I'm really excited about
Yeah.
Dune, man.
Yeah. All right. Fucking let me not end the actual call, but I'll end the stream this time. There we go.